Topping the news tonight, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, highlighting the country's economic progress in the House of Assembly this morning. The nation's leader stating that the country's finally entering a long-awaited period, one marked by recovery, stability, and a renewed confidence in the Bahamian economy. Here's tonight's top story. For the first time in nearly 20 years, the Bahamas' outlook has been upgraded from stable to positive. This as the government reforms are yielding results. Addressing the House of Assembly this morning, the nation's leader, Prime Minister Philip Davis, spoke to the growing confidence in the country's economic progress as he highlighted the Bahamas' success.
To repurchase and retire existing external commercial debt, generating savings over the life of the new financing. The transaction is expected to generate $124 million in funding for marine conservation over a 15-year period.
The PM furthers that the transaction will support efforts to protect the Bahamas' critical marine ecosystem, combat climate change, and preserve resources vital to the nation's cultural heritage.
The transaction stands as the largest marine conservation funding program in the country's history and represents a major milestone in the Bahamas' prudent debt management strategy.
The IMF's revised growth projection has moved from 1.7% to 1.8%. In his address, Davis also highlighted this recent revision.
Despite a global context defined by economic uncertainty, trade disruptions, and inflationary pressures, the IMF has upgraded the Bahamas growth projections for 2025. In a world where many nations have seen their forecasts downgraded, the Bahamas stands apart.
Davis says that while the government's ambition on its physical reforms were scoffed at and the viability of their energy agenda questioned, the data is clear.
When we assumed office in September 2021, we inherited a country on the brink, a crushing debt burden, a battered economy, and a governance framework in shambles. The challenges were structural, compounded by a pandemic and compounded again by a hurricane. We had no time for platitudes. The Bahamian people needed action, not slogans, and action we delivered.